Okay, auction time. This is the 4Q series auction, 4Q01. This is a raw piece of Georgia chert, coastal plains, Flint River. I napped it last night, but I intentionally left it a little thick. Okay? I did do preliminary sharpening around the edges, which means there's one pass on each side to sharpen it. Okay, this one is a little over 6 3/4, almost 2 inches. Well, about 2 inches. And on the base here, on the stem, the reason why it's like this and not straight or leaf shape is because I knocked out a piece. I had a bite, a mistake on the base here, so I just evened it out. I was trying to get out some lumps here. Okay, that's why I put a little stem on it. All right. (4Q02). This is a box of 3 bifaces of raw chert. Raw chert here. This is a Flint River or coastal plains Georgia chert. There's preliminary sharpening, preliminary sharpening around the edges on all these. Okay, so this one is 7 1/4 by 2 7/8. Yeah, 2 7/8. I still haven't gotten the elusive 7 by 3. Almost got it. Oops. There you go. I just took a chunk out right there. Anyway, I left these all intentionally thick so that they're nice and sturdy. Okay? So you can make tomahawks out of them or spearheads out of them. Let's see. I already measured that one. 4 7/8 or thereabouts by 3. 5 5/8. 3 1/8. Okay, this is raw Texas chert, Edwards Plateau. This is raw Texas chert. I don't know where it comes from. I think it's outside the Edwards Plateau, a little bit east of it. Okay, east of the Edwards Plateau type stuff. It's a gravel chert. And I already said this was Georgia chert. All right. (4Q03), a box of knapping tools, boppers and pressure flakers. So, yeah, various boppers. They are lead filled. They are used, well used in some cases, and in some cases hardly used at all, or not used. This is not used. This one barely used. This one's a little bit used. And we got 2 pressure flakers. See, I don't use this type, and these were given to me as extras in case I wanted to use them. I said, yeah. I tried using them, and the diameters are too small for me. I need a large diameter pressure flaker. Although they do work. They work well. Okay. So my hands are small, so these are going to look bigger than they actually are. So they're smaller than they look in the video. This is 5 1/2 by 1 1/2. Okay, that's the largest one in here. It might look like 8 by 4 or whatever, but no, it's 5 1/2 by 1 1/2. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's see. Yeah, I got a little bitty one. They're all weighted. They're heavy, very heavy on the tips. Okay. (4Q04), Let's see. Yeah, box of Broken bifaces. So this is raw chert, Belton, Texas type chert. Almost 4.5. It's high. I would consider this mid to high grade raw. And we all know what this is. It's a heat treat, 390 degrees Fahrenheit Georgia chert, 4 3/8. This is a Texas chert from I don't know where. It's interesting material. It's a heat treat, almost 4 inches. And I think it's 390 as well. Okay. This is the one I just did on video, that last bopper video. It's raw, I believe. Let me think. Yeah, it's raw. A little over 4.5. This is a piece of Texas chert that I was given. I'm not sure if it's an artifact or somebody's doodle. Right, I heat treated it. It's high quality stuff, so it's a high quality heat treat. Previous biface from somebody. 4.5. Okay, now the Brokes. This is all. Most of this is Texas chert heat treats. I was testing them this morning. That's why I'm late. Had to test all the heat treat. I've got a bunch of heat treat on offer this week. I believe this is a heat treat. I don't know what temperature. I might have broken this on video. Yeah, I think I did. Right? Yeah, I snapped this on video in my friend's garage. This is raw. And I snapped this one on video. Do I have the other piece to it? Yeah. I snapped this one on video in my friend's garage as well. So this is raw. These are all Texas Edwards Plateau cherts. That's a heat treat. This I was testing last night. I didn't want to mess with it. It's a heat treat. And what is this? Is this? I think this goes together. Yeah, this is a heat treat. I think it feels raw though. I think they're different temperature heat treats. I think this one's lower, like this one's, I think 375. They were in different batches, and I think this one is 390. Yeah, they do go together. Yeah, okay. Let me see. I got a bunch of boxes of heat treats. All right, so here we go. 4Q05. This is a box of medium-size heat treat chunky flakes. Okay. They're going to look bigger than they actually are because my hands are small. 3.5. Okay, they're going to look bigger than they actually are. They're not actually this big compared to my hands. They look big, but they're not. Just be aware. Okay. 3 3/4. These are all heat treats, and majority from Texas. And a lot of these are gravel cherts. Some of them are Edwards Plateau. Some of them are Pedernales. All kinds of different types. I don't know exactly. I think this is a tabular Pedernales, for example. This one is an amoeba type chert. Amoeba type. This is Georgia chert. Georgia chert. Georgia. Got a bunch of Georgia chert pieces, but they're also, you know, pretty substantial. They're not super thin, except for maybe that one. These are super thin, but for the most part, they got some thickness, so you have some room to work with. This one is thin though. This is a Texas chert, so you get a variety. You can mess around with a few of the thin flakes and a few of the thicker flakes. You can tell by now which one's Georgia chert. This is a Georgia jasper. I think I have 2 pieces. Yeah, I got 2 pieces of Georgia jasper in here. They should be substantial enough to make small arrowheads. These are going to be smaller than they look. Okay? 2 3/4 long. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to show you all the pieces out of all the boxes. If it's not Georgia chert or Georgia jasper in this box, it's all Texas heat treats from a variety of sources. And the sources are not available to be exploited. Like, let's say that you really, really like this stuff, and you say, I need 8,000 pounds of this stuff. There's no way anyone can humanly do it, because it's all mixed together. It's all gravelly type cherts. You can't just get 8,000 pounds of this one type. All right, it's just like a potluck. When you go looking for chert, it's potluck chert search. You get what you get. That's it. You can't be specific. So don't ask, oh, I want a lot of that type. Where do you get it? What is it? What exactly is it called? What's its chemical composition? Is it a heat treat? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to be able to tell you. What's the perfect range for the heat treat? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to be able to tell you. It's all potluck. Okay? I've had people ask me, I don't care how much it costs. I'll sell my house, dang it. I need 1,000 pounds of that. Sorry. I don't know, because if even if it was available, people with more money would have it before you do. Yeah, that's how it goes. Don't buy the land that it's on if there's a bunch of it. Oh yes, it's come to that. Okay. $4Q06 box of heat treats again. I think the rest of these, yeah, the rest of these are all going to be heat treats. There's some more boxes. All right, Texas heat treats. These are much thicker, much more substantial. So these are chunky heat treats, 3 3/4. Okay, and I've been testing a lot of these. It took me a while to test them this morning. That's why I'm kind of late. All right, but they're chunkier than the previous box. This gives you more to work with, and you can probably even spall off some small flakes for some small arrowheads on a lot of these. Now, the reason why I test these is because they're highly unpredictable when heated, especially this translucent stuff. Highly unpredictable. These are the same heat. I believe it's all 375. But you see the difference in the texture. It's very similar rock, but they heat differently. Okay? At the same temperature, you get different results from rocks that look almost the same. So I got to test them all. Okay, this one looks pretty good. I don't see any major issues. There might be some chalky areas, but it looks like it can be napped through. Right? Right. Yeah, some of this has been sitting in my landscaping for years, and I finally got around to heat treating it. It should all be high-grade heat treat. High-grade heat treat. So if you don't know what high-grade heat treat is, now's your chance. It's all high-grade heat treat. I don't know if I mentioned that in the beginning. I should have. There might be issues with some of this stuff. I'm going to leave this one out because I didn't notice there's a crack right in there. So I'm not going to put that one in here. These are all going to be high-grade. Shouldn't be any cracks in any of this stuff. There might be a little hole, As far as I can tell, there might be a little bit of nastiness around some of this chalk in this Georgia chert, but it should be all high-grade stuff. You'll have to skim the cortex off of this. There might be some issues with the cortex on this one. See that? It's kind of crunchy, but it'll give you a chance to learn what that's like. Okay. Yeah, again, if you ask me what this stuff is exactly, where to find it exactly, can you get truckloads of it, literally thousands of pounds of a certain type, like you might want 1,000 pounds of this stuff, there's no way to do that because it's all mixed together. When you go looking for it, you find a bunch of a variety of rocks. When you stumble upon a piece of land with this kind of flint, it's all mixed together. It's kind of like gravelly type nodules. Okay. (4Q07), same thing, chunky heat treats. This is the thickest that I heat treat them, because if they get much thicker, it starts to mess with the stresses of inside the rock, and sometimes they fail when they shouldn't fail when you're knapping. This is the amoeba style chert, or amoeba type, but I did heat treat it. This is all 375. This thicker stuff, I heat treated at a lower temperature than I would flakes. 375 degrees, and it's 4 hours. It naps well raw, so I just threw it in there to see what it would do, and it worked out well. But it also naps well raw. It might be a little more snap and half-ish because it's heated though, so be careful, just be aware. Okay? Yeah, I don't see any issues. This is a very tough cortex with no cracks. Looks pretty good. Yeah, these are substantial flakes. You can get little spalls off of them sometimes and make other arrowheads from the spalls. This is snap and half-ish type. Whenever it's super glossy like that, it usually snaps in half easy, so be aware. Yeah, some cortex, but again, it doesn't look like there's issues with the cortex, so it should be fine. Now this one has a crack there. I'm going to take this one out. Yeah, it has a crack. I didn't notice that it went all the way through there. Okay. This one's clear. This one does have a crack through there, but I think it's substantial enough you can still get something out of it. It doesn't go all the way through that crack, so you should be able to get a good sized piece out of that one. Yeah, I was kind of in a hurry. Even in a hurry, I'm still late, but it has a crack. I did not see that. All right. This one should be okay. I'm not sure if this is a heat treat or raw. Some of these amoeba cherts look heat treated. That's an amoeba chert, so I don't know if it's heat treat or raw. Georgia swirl chert. I tried to get rid of a lot of the chalkiness. It might have issues. This one is a heat treat, yep, but it might have issues with some of the chalkiness. So just be aware. This is a good piece. Nice little spall. Yep. Nice heat treat. Okay. High grade heat treat for the most part, unless it's cracked. Like this is the only one I'm offering that has a crack in it, but everything else should be fine, except maybe that Georgia chert, that Georgia swirl. Okay. last but not least, 4Q08. This is a larger size heat treat stuff. And I missed the crack on this one too. There's a crack right there. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna leave it in here anyway. This is all Texas chert. Yeah, Texas stuff. I looked at this part, I guess, but I didn't see that. Hopefully that doesn't go in very far. I could leave this out and then add a better piece. I hate to give out, or hate to sell the ones that are cracked. I tried to get rid of all the issues. This one had some issues with quartz buckets. I'm going to replace this one with a better one. Okay? All right, let's see. Four 7/8. Why don't I have a better one to begin with? Because I got to look through bunches of my stuff. I've got heat treats all over the place in different boxes, so I just was trying to look for a bunch of good size ones from all the separate boxes, and I was in a hurry, so I missed some of this. I don't want to offer cracked ones. All right. I'll find another big piece, substantial heat treat. If not, I'll just make a biface out of a chunk that I did heat treat some chunks that I normally would not, just out of curiosity, and they're pretty big, so I have that option too, to nap those down into bifaces if I have to. Okay, so yeah, 1, 2, 3. What's the size of this one? 5. It's got some wonkiness in it, so just be aware. Yeah, there's room in here for one more substantial piece. I'll find something that fits in there to fill that up. That's not cracked. Okay. Okay, rules. You bid in the comments section under one of my pre-populated comments. This means that you'll be replying to one or more of my comments. My pre-populated comments will contain the item number, a timestamp where the item appears in the video, and a short description. I will like your comment if I see it. Sometimes comments are not always visible. It may take me a while to like your comment, but as the time approaches the end of the auction, I will check more frequently. Yeah, for some reason, not everyone can see all comments at all times. And sometimes they pop up later. Sometimes they never pop up. Sometimes they pop up and then disappear. So just be aware. I will hit the like button if I see your comment. That's how you know that I see it. Okay. Try not to bid at the last minute. I'm using YouTube's time tracker, and it's not always accurate. It can be up to 2 minutes off, thereabouts. I've seen it off by 5 minutes sometimes, but when I refresh it, it gets back to normal. I refresh it several times at the end of the auction to make sure I have the correct YouTube time when I'm judging who won that particular item. Okay? I refresh it many, many times to make sure that I'm accurate as far as assessing who is the winner. You've got to be on time. Before the auction closes, you have to have your bid in. Okay? It actually closes at 1 minute past the hour, because I give you that 1 minute in that top of the hour to bid. Okay? Just be aware. It could the time you know. Just be aware. A lot of you guys will bid at the last minute. Some of you new guys will do that too. And if you're not aware, it might look like you're on time, You know that you're on time because you bid on time according to your clock and everything. I know you're on time, but YouTube says you're not on time, right? Sometimes. Then if that happens, your bid does not count. So just be aware. Okay. Shipping is free in the U.S. International shipping is discounted but not free. I will add the following amounts if you're the winner and you're an international bidder. Okay. First class package is now called ground. USPS ground. I will add these prices, 10 in Canada, 20 everywhere else, and etc., etc. Okay, international rates often change. I might need to charge more than this. Okay, so just be aware if you're an international bidder. I will provide tracking numbers. I accept PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, checks, or money orders. I can also email you an electronic invoice that you can pay with a card. Please note, I cannot charge your credit card or debit card on my end. So if you ask me to write down your credit card number and all that information, if you email that to me and all that kind of stuff, I can't use it on my end. PayPal no longer allows me to do that. It's a security precaution, right? And I don't think very many other payment systems allow us to do that anymore, to keep your credit card on file, unless it's part of a software thing where I enter in your account information and then I can bill it from a software platform. That I could do, but I don't have a software platform that allows me to store credit card information. Okay? All I have is my notebook. All right. Winners will be announced starting at 9:01 p.m. Eastern Time, which means that's 8 p.m. Central, 7 Mountain, or 6 Pacific. Yeah, it depends on your time zone. The auction ends at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's supposed to start nowadays at 3 p.m. Eastern, right? But I'm late today. Hopefully, I'll get into the swing of things, and eventually it'll start exactly at 3 p.m. and end at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, but it's 8 p.m. Central. I'm in Central Time, so it ends at 8 p.m. for me. So I'm starting at here in Central Time. I'm starting to look at everybody's final bids at 8 p.m. If you're in Mountain Time, that means it's 7 p.m. If you're in Pacific Time, it ends at 6. Okay. I will reply to your winning bid with sold, thank you, item number, price, etc. Please email me your name, address. Yeah, this is a cut and paste type of thing that I put on everybody's winning bid. And if you're new, this is especially important. I don't have any other way to contact you other than the comment section. So you need to email me your information. Don't put your information in the comment section for the whole world to see. No. Email me your contact information, your real name if it's different from your YouTube name, and that kind of thing. Okay, so I know who to send it to and I know who to charge, and we can work out payment arrangements, etc. These are my cheat notes. Yeah. Okay. There's a better description of the auction in the description box below. Please look at my previous auctions to see how they work. If you are not able to reply or comment, you will not be able to bid. I can enter your bid for you if you email me. Okay, I can do that. Sometimes, though, there's a delay in the emails, or I never see your email, or it goes into spam, or you think you sent it, but you didn't get sent. I saw it maybe for a second, and then it disappeared. I mean, all things can happen in the emails. I might hit the wrong button instead of moving on to the next email and accidentally delete your email. All kinds of things can happen. So just be aware that I may not be able to get to your email. But if you are having trouble, you try this anyway. If you really, really want to bid, email me and I can enter your bid for you. As long as you're on time. Okay. Let's see. Auction 3J has a demo on how to bid. I used my tablet. Yeah. If you type in Auction 3J Jack Crafty, hit enter, it should come up with this auction video. You click on the video and you look at the pinned comment. I think there's a pinned comment that has a timestamp on where to see this little demo. All right. Okay, that's it. I hope you liked the items. I've got mostly heat treats this week. Hope you guys had a good weekend, and good luck.